What's up, Blue Jays, and happy Friday, and welcome to our All Sports Show. I'm Brooks Babcock, and happy December 15th. We have a lot in store for today's show, so let's break it down. We'll start off with the top story from Morgan about Shohei Ohtani's record-breaking contract this past weekend. Then we'll cover both men's and women's basketball win streak and big home opener win. Lastly, we will talk about wrestling and swim previous and future meets coming up. A lot in store for today's show, so make sure you sit back and relax because this is KLHS Sports Edition. They say football players want to be basketball players and basketball players want to be football players, but everyone wants to be a baseball player. I'm starting to understand one of the reasons why after a record-breaking MLB contract happened this past weekend. Morgan Gable has more on your top story now.
Thank you, Brooks. With that, I'm Morgan Gable back with your top story. As we are approaching the spring season, the MLB is in full swing with the recruiting process. A big takeaway is that has everyone's jaws dropped is that the fact that the Los Angeles Dodgers just signed a 10-year, $700 million contract with pitcher Shohei Ohtani. The contract entails that every season he will receive $2 million until after the deal is concluded, which is between 2034 and 2043. The Dodgers will be spending over $20 million a year for one of the best players in MLB right now. And with baseball having a no salary cap, that means they could still recruit. He won't pitch in the 2024 season while he mends an elbow injury, but he will eventually give LA one of the best arms in the league. Even though he's not pitching, his jerseys are selling like crazy. Jerseys are going for almost $150, breaking Fanatics' record of how fast they sold out. Now to go from pro to high school, let's head over to Brooks with a rundown on the baseball team. Good? Yeah.
The men's basketball team had their home opener this last Tuesday against Blue Springs South. Both teams came in off of playing in a tournament, and both teams went 2-1 in their first 3 tourney games. Getting into the game, the Jays would hold a lead against the Jaguars across the game after being down in the first quarter. Adam Fuller would have a great game, consistently hitting from beyond the arc. In his 5 3-point attempts, he would only miss 1. The senior small forward ended up with 13 points for his second highest scoring game of the season so far. Zach Aganovich tallied another double-double on Tuesday, dropping 22 and having 15 total rebounds. Those two led the way in points, but more players would factor into the Jays' defensive play. The Jays' defense held the Jags, the second highest scorer on the season, Chris Ellis, to only 3 points. Lots of turnovers were created, and they easily had the highest forced turnover rate of the season on Tuesday. Tonight, the Jays go to Ray-Pec to take on the Panthers in their first road game. The Panthers are currently 2-3 after losing a close one to North Kansas City in their previous game. The game starts tonight at 7 p.m., so good luck, Jays. That's all the men's basketball we have for right now. Let's go to Morgan with the women's side of things.
Thank you, Brooks. The women's side of things have been very busy, so let's do a rundown. To dive in, the women's swim and dive team had their third meet of the season at home on Tuesday. They scored against Smithville 240-50, winning their second dual meet of the season. Event winners include Alexa Workman in the 50 free and 500 free, Caitlin Hartwig in the 200 free, Sammy Asquith in the diving and the 200 free relay with Caitlin Hartwig, Mar-E Deaver, Lily Babcock, and Elena Smith. The ladies will travel to Blue Springs South for the annual Blue Mo meet tomorrow. Good luck, ladies, and congrats on your start to the season. Moving on, the Lady Jays basketball team were on the road this week, having 3 away games. To start, on Monday, they traveled to Blue Springs South, where they swept up the win 47-42. Anna Clark led with 14 points. Then on Wednesday, they traveled to Maryville, where they took the win 53-33, with Inslee Dreyer leading with 15 points. Tonight, the girls head to Ray-Pec, where they play the 5-3 Panthers. Good luck tonight, girls. With that, our reporter Dominic Achilles got the chance to talk to Izzy DeShepard, so let's shoot it over to them now.
Hey Jays, I'm here with varsity basketball player Izzy DeShepard about the Lady Jays' quick turnaround to their season. So during this 3-game winning streak, what have you guys seen improvement on?
I think our defense has been really well. I think we've all been really working on a string together, and just feel like we've been on a string communication-wise.
So after losing a good amount of seniors from last year, how have you guys filled their roles this season?
I think it's just been a learning process. Everybody's kind of adjusted to how the new rules have to fit in. I think we're working really well, but obviously we've turned our season around so far.
So what are your thoughts going into tonight's game against Ray-Pec?
I think we have a really good shot. I think if we keep executing well and playing really good defense, then I think it'll be a really good game.
All right, you heard it here. This has been Dominic Achille reporting for KLHS.
Thank you, Dominic. The Jays wrestling team took on Park Hill South on Wednesday here at home. And here's a recap of the duel. On the women's side, the Lady Jays wrestling team performed dominantly, getting the win overall. And on the mat, 4 wrestlers would put in their opponents to get their win. Those wrestlers being Samaya Watson, Sandy Breeden, Jaden Breeden, and Julian Breeden. Congrats, ladies. Moving on, the men's team, they also defeated their opponent in dominant fashion. 9 wrestlers won their duel by pins. Those 9 being Gavin Shelton, Hunter Taylor, Devin Harrison, Roman Stewart, Trey Craig, Payne Westfall, Donovan Hodges, Isaiah Hung, and Trenton Bendel. Congrats, guys. A great way to start the season from both sides. Next up for them is they will be taking on the KC Stampede this weekend. Good luck, Jays. That is all I have for you, Jays. Let's get back to the main desk.
Winter sports are back, and that means wrestling is in full swing. The wrestling team is nationally ranked yet again this year, but getting there wasn't easy.
The wrestling team is nationally ranked yet again this year, but getting there took a lot of time and effort. What might seem like just another sport for some people, wrestling isn't something that's ever been easy. Over the past few years, the wrestling team has put in more work and more time to get to where they are today.
We've had a lot of good teams here in the past 4 or 5 years. This is our 5th year, I think, being nationally ranked in the top 50. We started out the year at 49th, and after the first couple of weeks, we're up to 25th. So big jump, and our guys deserve it. They work really hard, and they've wrestled extremely well here in the first month.
After talking with some wrestlers here at Liberty, they explained that their off-season is actually a really big part into the sport, and that they put a lot of time and effort into it.
Our sport demands that you cut some weight, so that's always a tough thing for our guys. So it takes some outside time, some running, some conditioning and stuff outside of just our regular practices for them to get their weight down where they need it to be. Any kind of extra practices or anything that they want to do, they have the opportunity to do that.
Hope you learn a little bit more about the wrestling team, and I hope you show out to support. I'm Andrew Howerland, reporting for KLHS.
Well, Jays, this wraps up today's show, but before we all go, can everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you to our director, Lauren Ponchich, and the rest of our amazing production team.
I hope you guys all have a great weekend.
And don't forget to follow all of our socials at KLHS_Jays. This has been Tishawn Alexander,
Morgan Gable,
And Brooks Babcock.
signing off of KLHS.